Once, a wise professor stood before his students with a large empty jar. He held it up and said, "This jar represents your life." He then placed several large rocks into the jar, one by one, until no more would fit. "Is the jar full?" he asked. The students nodded. "Yes." He smiled and picked up a box of small pebbles. He gently poured them into the jar. The pebbles filled the spaces between the rocks. "Now, is it full?" They replied. "Yes, now it's full." Then he reached for a bag of sand. Slowly, he poured it into the jar. The sand slipped into every tiny gap. He asked again, "Is it full now?" They laughed and agreed, "Yes." Finally, the professor took a small cup of tea and poured it into the jar. The tea filled the remaining spaces and soaked into the sand. The class fell silent. The professor looked around and said, "This jar is your life. The big rocks are the things that truly matter: your health, your family, your purpose. The pebbles are the other things that matter, like your home, your job, your responsibilities. The sand is everything else, the small stuff. If you fill the jar with sand first," he said, "there's no room for the rocks or the pebbles." He paused. "So focus on the rocks first. Prioritize what truly matters. The rest will find its place." One student raised a hand. "But what about the tea?" The professor smiled. "No matter how full your life seems, there's always room for a quiet cup of tea with a friend."